To be fair, there was a very real possibility I was gonna pick one of the other ones off of my list next, but I decided it was fitting to jump to this. Now, I'm going to assume contest is what I need to do. There only looks to be 3 stages, though. Oh, I need to press a button to summon my pieces. That's why. I was like, why are no pieces falling? Oh, it doesn't clear the whole line. Huh. This is weird Tetris. Okay, I see. It clears based on the bombs that are in the line. That's the key. Okay. This is weird, but I'm kind of in... It's an interesting take on Tetris here. There we go. So I just need to get to the big bomb and set that off, seems to be the thing about this. Okay. I can work with that. Still throwing me off so hard that I have to wait. I don't have to wait, rather. I'm just meant to press A to start the process. This is already so chill compared to what we were just doing. Okay, I can't rotate without room. That makes sense. That there. The fact that these don't have gravity is fucking with my head so badly right now. But this should set the bomb off. There we go. It's fascinating that there's passwords for each of these stages, but it's a Game Boy game, so it makes sense. Did I? I did not change everything yet, though, so one sec. They're not a category for Tetris Blast. No. No, there does not appear to be a category for Tetris Blast. Alright, we'll just put ourselves in Tetris and call it good enough. It's almost like nobody knows that Tetris Blast exists or something. Oh, I see the bit here. Let's go ahead and wipe that out. You probably could have squeezed blocks in just like straight up, but I wasn't anticipating the speed up be quite so aggressive. I did this backwards. I have immediately fucked this up. Oh, I find things Twitch doesn't have on the regular there, Lark. Which actually is lacking for a lot of things. There we go. Big chain reaction takes out everything. For example, one thing Twitch never has had is sense. Go, clear that. Sink a line of bombs right down there. Promptly fuck everything else up, but that's fine. One problem at a time. I know I'm narrowing what I can do here down a lot, but it's okay. This will all explode just fine. actually just sneak you down in here. You right there. And there we go. Okay, so you could only just start at stages 1 through 3. There are more stages. Okay. I was a little worried that I had the wrong mode, because I'm like, I know this said this was like an hour to clear, so where's the rest of the game? Gotta dig a hole now, so it's gonna take a minute to make this one happen. Nope, I can't squeeze that under there. I fucked up real bad on that idea. Oh, you can make big bombs by doing that. Why did that have such delay? I went to start moving the next one, and it was still holding the first one for some reason. Long after it had sat down. I'm like, but it was already sat. Why? Why are you like this? Why you do this to me? Oh, that's bad placement. Everything's going wrong now. But thankfully, high explosives solve all problems. And that's game. At least for that stage. Stage 5 clear, Tetris Blast. Look at the dancing block. Look at it go. Good job. Good job. I don't know what these wiggly things are. But there's something upsetting about them, and I don't really know what it is. Anyway, moving on. Ah, so that's how you make things have physics in this game. Okay. They only have physics after an explosion. Well, that stage was easy. Ah, I was trying to sneak that in over on that side. More tightly, like into that gap there. But it wasn't having it. We don't have a convenient big bomb anymore to get rid of all of this. So now we gotta actually start putting effort in. I do know how to do some tricks. Not a lot of them, but some. Sometimes I overspin because I just get bored waiting for the block to make it down, so I just start spinning it. This will solve a lot of problems. And there we go. Nice and easy. This is exactly what I don't want right now, but we'll make it work. Because that drops that all down. Nice and convenient. Little understanding goes a long way with this game, it seems. Which is good, because a little understanding is probably as far as I'm ever gonna get. Nom 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 nom, go to blocks. And there goes the big one. Another one easily done. I have no idea how many stages this has. But this is just a whole vibe all its own, so I'm kind of fine with just keeping this going until it's done, you know? Ah, I couldn't quite squeeze it in there. No. Can I? Ah, I couldn't rotate it in there, though. I was a little too clever for my own good. There we go. I've now made it very complicated to finish the plan there, though. I need a specific block to do what I'm trying to do. And I think y'all can understand what I'm trying to do there. Yes! It worked. The plan. Try to assemble a big bomb so we can do something with that if we need to. Just keep bringing it lower. I see the logic of some of this, and I'm starting to work with it here. Because the idea seems to be that if you can just assemble a couple really large explosions, you could just clear the board in mass like that. They were just off to one side, so it didn't insta-clear the board. If I had encountered this long ago, I probably would have ended up just spending incountable amounts of time messing with this. Because it lets me play with explosives, and I get to do Tetris. Pretty much. Just, you know, usually better for your own cause than your average 9th level fireball. I don't know what that is. That is the one thing I'm concerned about, is like, is that a timer telling me, hey, if you keep screwing around, you're just gonna lose automatically at some point? Because that would be inconvenient. Chain reaction. Not a good enough one, but it was fun. Oh, I had this backwards. God damn it. Now, the bright side is this is like assembled of nothing but bombs, so a lot will happen every time we manage to make anything happen. Probably shouldn't have stood that up, but it's okay. Making noises at me more, and I don't like it. Good enough. Because that still sets everything off. I was trying to wedge it in down there completely. Which is not something it should be letting me do at all, but, you know, I was gonna try. That's fun. You can actually make chain reactions that way, too. Nope, it just wasn't having any of that idea either. Okay, understood. That one worked, though. Not quite according to plan, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept the fact that you fucked up and work around it. Sometimes work around it takes the form of setting up a very large bomb to get rid of your mistakes. I could really... Yep, thank you. I was gonna say I could really use a line piece, and there it was. Wham! That's satisfying. Stage 10 clear. Tetris Blast. Still up. Now we got two things dancing. Very good. Look at him go. On screen twice, yeah. Anyway, oh, look at this. It's like a weird, like, belt buckle that I'm going to make explode. And now it's basically gone. That is not where I wanted it, but I panicked. I had a split decision and brain just went, okay, we have a split decision, we're not doing either of them then. Like, but, nope, doing neither. Oh, well. Thankfully, the bombs are very good at cleaning up my messes, so this works out well. You know, these are sentences that would get me put on a list. There's one block left. God damn it. I thought the blast radius was gonna cover that. You ever... Oh, that's what the noise is, I think. It's giving me more bombs on certain pieces as this is going. It's like, okay, you're doing a terrible job, so here, let us help you do a better job. Oh my god, I'm making a mess now. I hate it here. Thankfully, there are many ways to fix a mess. I do kind of like the like 2 blocks and such that they give you in this. They are incredibly helpful for patching mistakes like this. There we go. Just had to align the bombs properly to fix this. The fuck am I looking at here? Well, the answer is something I'm not going to be looking at for much longer. Because it's about to go boom. That down. And just start chipping it away. I mean, Tetris is in and of itself a puzzle game, so yes. There's not really a world in which it wouldn't be. Like, it'd be weird if anything Tetris related wasn't a puzzle game. Oh, yes, this is a problem. There we go, problem fixed. Very good chain reaction. I'm actually gonna put that there so we get the big bomb. Because that gets all those higher points. Nice and easy. Gotta say though, the one downside this has is it's not nearly as jamming as most Tetris games. The music's not the best. Like, it's not bad, it just only ends up being serviceable. Especially since it seems to only have, like, the one track. Oh, it went off before the big bomb was formed. That's unfortunate. Like, if the best thing you can say about the music in a Tetris game is it's serviceable, that is horrendous on that scale. There we go. But then again, it is, you know, a regular Game Boy game. There's only so much you can do in that vein on that system. There's an amount of forgiveness there. Couldn't move it over fast enough. One way or the other, we gotta fill in this whole, like, middle bit now. That didn't work. Nope, I have fucked up royally at this point, so we're just gonna have to start from the top and work our way down. Now, there's just some moves that are just too entirely greedy for their own good. And most of what I just did a moment ago qualifies for that. Oh my god, I'm starting to just botch everything. Why, brain? Why? Oh, this is not... Oh, why the fuck did you delay like that? What the fuck is happening here? Why did that delay so long? That was sat there for a solid minute, and then it's like, oh, you wanted to still move it? Okay. What the fuck is happening in this cartoon? Why are my blocks so slidey? Like, that is an incredible grace period some of those get for some reason. I would like to take it back now, y'all. Yep, this is all fine, just keep placing those. I would have liked to get rid of more blocks instead of gaining them, but this is fine. Not entirely sure how that chain reaction worked, but I'll take it. I didn't have room for that. God damn it. I keep trying shenanigans and the game yells at me for it. That's why you keep hearing brr, 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 sometimes, for those that are only listening and not watching. I start mashing the button trying to jam a block where it doesn't belong, and the game just has none of it. That is very much a cut the shit moment from the game. There we go. These are definitely taking longer. Oh boy. Speaking of taking longer, this one's definitely gonna take a bit. There probably was actually a better play to be made in not actually filling all this in. Especially when I do things like that. Oh, there wasn't enough blocks there. Shit. I'm gonna have to get real creative here in a minute. Nope, there we go. We fixed it. Now we can fill this in, so that starts to blow up. I'm living dangerously, yeah. That's what makes it exciting. Wouldn't be any fun if I did it the easy way. See, that's excitement I wouldn't recommend. Yeah, exactly. Look at how much less is here now. Everything worked out perfectly. All according to my cunning scheme. And now we just stack bombs for fun, and then kaboom! Aha! More dancing. Stage 15 clear. Nice. Nice. I was expecting like nice job or nice going, but nope, just nice. Okay, we got a chain here. Oh, it's going faster. Oh, it's going faster. I have broken the chain. There we go, make them all fall down. Blast that so the whole alignment comes down. Immediately get my blocks backwards and fuck up everything forever again. God, the delay on the... Ah! That block was perfectly placed, and then the game took forever for it to settle, so it's like, nope. It's not settled anymore, haha! Fucked everything up, because I'm trying to prepare to move other shit. There we go. Just a little off the top, you know? Everything's fine. This is what I mean. This is so much more forgiving than standard Tetris. Because of the tools you have at your disposal to fix problems. If I was fucking around like that earlier in regular Tetris, we would have been cooked. It would have just been over. But instead, thanks to the explosions, we can just get rid of so much. Even when you can't complete that line, you can just blow it up. As long as you set up a big bomb around it somewhere. It's kind of fascinating. Because it ends up basically meaning you can take a completely different mindset to this than regular Tetris, and it'll still work. They're trying to get me out of this stage again because they're just giving me blocks that are nothing but bombs again. And if you're wondering, yes, I did start doing that on purpose because I wanted to test that. See, there's the nothing but bombs blocks again. It's like, stupid, just get the fuck out of this stage. Move on with your life, man. There we go. A nice big explosion. Our score suffers when I fuck around like that, but I ain't in this for score. I'm in this to see the end of the game, and that's it. Because apparently this can end. I don't know how. It really isn't like a plot or anything, so I don't really know how this could end, but supposedly this ends in like an hour or so. We'll just keep going. This is when I find out there was like a different mode I was supposed to do, and this entire effort ends up being a waste of my time. Though it won't be a complete waste, because we've now learned Tetris Blast is a whole vibe in and of itself. And I'm kind of fine with having learned that. Oh, I'm getting like the worst pieces now. There we go. Except that did not blow up the way I needed it to either. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fixed it. And I needed to actually start putting in effort for a second there. Or to fix the mistakes that were made. Just momentarily had to lock in. Okay, that's a problem as well. An easily solved problem, though, with the power of Big Boom. I swear they start, like, handing me smaller blocks as well on purpose to try to help me get out of these stages. It's like, no, here, have a bunch of little twos because you can't fucking fit anything together, apparently, because you're an idiot. Feels bad when the game is making fun of me. Especially when they're right. Oh, come on, there was room. You can't lie to me. Ma. Other Tetris games would have let me do that. That didn't go the way it was supposed to. Neither did that. Can you say, uh-oh? I can. It's called this entire scenario here. Just everything about this is a bit of a yikes. Thankfully, a completely fixable yikes. Just, would have rather not need to fix it in the first place, you know? Just putting that one out there. Would have been nice if that didn't need to be fixed to begin with. Really gotta stop doing goofy nonsense like that at this rate. The game is not playing ball with any of it, so I really just should stop insisting on trying it. And yet, we all know what will happen. And this is exactly what will happen. I will do it anyway, and bad things will happen. Oh, really bad things are happening now, actually. Uh-oh. I think the game has decided to stop playing along with my nonsense. I don't know why I wasn't allowed to flip that, but we can still fix this. Chuck that in there because it needs to go down there, otherwise we're up the creek without a paddle. Not yet. It's getting there. It is rapidly approaching my location. Joke's on them, though. I can run really fast. That sounded like a warning sound to me. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that didn't go down at all. Uh-oh. 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 Yep, there it is. Okay, at least they just let you try again from the stage you're on. That's incredibly kind of them. Okay, this time with less fucking around, shall we? Even though it's going to be infinitely less fun. This is actually already going wrong. Because I'm getting the worst blocks for what I was trying to set up, and now it's not going to work. Okay, that at least worked. I was able to squeeze that in down there. That helped a lot. Okay. That's actually big. Okay, hang on. I'm hearing a whole, like, racket. What the hell's going on here? Ads are about to happen anyway, so I'll just go take a look and be back in a minute. Okay, it was a whole lot of nothing. I was just checking considering we have, like, that whole severe storm thing I mentioned, so I thought there was a bunch of stuff getting knocked around, but it's just people being noisy out there. Let's see if I can finish this stage before the ads start. If not, we will just finish it after the ads. If I keep playing like this, I'm certainly not finishing this stage anytime fast. Especially when it fucking time delays on me again and I get screwjobbed. Line piece, please. Thank you. That cleaned up a lot, actually. So we might have a prayer still, we might not. We are definitely not finishing this before the ads start, though, because the ads are probably starting right now. Stop giving me all the cubes. Much rather that become a big bomb, but, you know, it is what it is. Rain, we need to have a talk about why you did that. Yeah, the ads are fully in play now, so we will continue this after the ads. I'm gonna get up, refill my drink, and all that good stuff. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, let's get back to it. Just quickly get that block in place before everything goes horribly wrong. Yeah, good enough. I was trying to wedge it down there, but I'll take what I can get. There we go. Now we're making some headway. Still don't know what that noise means. It was enough to throw me off on that move, though, because I was looking around like, is there something moving? Am I under attack? So almost out of this stage. There we go. finally out of stage 18. Our score on that stage fucking sucked. That's not how I wanted that to go at all. The way it just kind of locks in sometimes, I'm like, but please, not there. No, that's not where that goes. And then it's there now, and there's nothing to be done. That changes the way I was planning to do this in an inconvenient way. Good, good. Not quite what I wanted, but good enough. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I don't know why I keep thinking that's gonna work. Did that just to make a larger bomb? Which might have been a mistake, but you know what? I've made plenty of mistakes playing this game so far, so what's one more, right? Besides, a lot of these mistakes have actually worked out somehow. So sometimes you just gotta learn to stop fighting the idea and just let it work out. One fucking block survived. God damn it. I fucked up. Not where I meant to land any of that. God damn it. Like, they give you an out, and then they take it away if you fuck it up. You can just end up in purgatory in this game sometimes. Like, you just end up with like a block left here, a block left there. What the fuck am I looking at here? You kind of need to assemble a big bomb for this, because in order to get that top layer off of there, you have no other play. Huh. So you better have figured out how that works by now, or you're in trouble. What that's telling me. And then I promptly fuck everything about that idea up, and that block just didn't rotate for some reason? There we go, we broke through. I guess a chain also works for that. I didn't fully understand that before, but I guess I understand it now. Even just like two sets of blocks together seem to make big explosions for some reason sometimes. Like that. I still don't understand how that works, but I understand how to make it happen, if that makes sense. Like, I don't fully understand the overarching logic behind it, but I understand what the trigger is. Now just to clean this up. I split those up on purpose so that no matter how I screw this up this time, all of it explodes. Use my brain a little bit there. Why do I have two? Oh, because I got 2 gift subs, that's why. Okay. I was like, I know one of them was a gift sub. Why do I have another ping on Twitch suddenly? Stage 20 clear. Tetris Blast. Now we have weird eyeball thing dancing. Or sliding around, I guess. Superb! Joyous day. We're not done. Fuck me. This layout is going to be the death of me at least once, I think. Especially at this speed. Oh, fuck you. Why did it lock in there? That's not where we're supposed to... We got fucked because it just wouldn't spin. Like, the jank in this really is a curse. Sometimes. And I don't know if it's, like, janky because it's a Game Boy game, or if it's janky by design. It could be either. Could actually be both, really, if I'm thinking about it more. So I think we can all acknowledge that I was getting punished for the fact that I was trying to move faster than the game wanted me to. Like, break down more layers in one go. There it goes again, erroring out on me and just being like, no, you can't do that. And for reasons. Like, I'm getting screwed again here because it just sometimes won't let something spin because reasons. Like, it can claim there's no space all at once, but there was fucking space for that block to fit there. And then it ignored inputs. Oh boy, here we go again. I can't even say I'm suffering from success, really. This is just suffering from suffering. There it goes again, saying, no, you can't put that there, because reasons. And I very vehemently disagree. We're so close, I have to assume. And it's starting to just fuck with me now. Case in point. Oh, you'll let me do that, though. Okay. I'm starting to get petty toward the game now, and that's not gonna help my cause at all. Like, you know, maybe if we were made for a home console, we wouldn't be having these problems. There it goes again. How are you telling me there's no room there for that? In what world isn't there room there for that? Get this fucking line piece out of here. I don't need that right now. Okay. Fucking dug out of that hole. They're gonna try to bury me again with garbage. Yeah, sure, why not? That's where I clearly wanted that to go. Oh my god, not again! Fucking hot garbage. Again, it just says no. Arbitrarily. I think I understand why it's happening, but I disagree. So what I think is happening that's causing those 4 blocks specifically to not be allowed to rotate is you cannot have something touching that top line when it rotates. I think that's the problem. Even though there is 4 blocks of space there, it won't let you rotate it so that the tip of it is into that very top line. Not the one that's off the board, but the one right before going off the board. That's consistently happened in that position. I think that's exactly the problem. Which is fucking garbage, but it's the garbage we're gonna have to work with. Sometimes that's not a positive, Lark. Sometimes that's not a positive. It's again not letting me do what I want to do. And now everything's fucked again because I try to do something and the game just says no. Like, why did that 2 block not get allowed to rotate? Its reasoning is nonsensical. It just doesn't fucking work. Like, I swear there's just like an invisible extra block around every single piece that interferes with rotation. In addition to what I was just talking about. Why let me rotate it there when you won't let it rotate literally anywhere else? Here we go again with this shit, too. Fuck you. Like, there's a lot of jank that I'll be like, yeah, you know what, this has charm to it. The jank of some of this, I'm increasingly having difficulty accepting because of how much of a problem it's causing. Case in point, there should have been plenty of room for that too, but it just decides, no, you can't do that. Even though we've made weirder flips than that work before in this very game. And I think that's the other problem, is if it applied consistently, I would also have less of a problem with it. But it doesn't. So it ends up feeling like it's just rules applied when and they want them to. And I deal with enough of that in life. I don't need... I don't need that in my video game. Like, I feel like I have to just, like, turbo slow play this one just because of the amount of times it's not doing what I need it to. which is a special kind of frustrating, let me tell you. Why wasn't there room there? That one was my fault. Like, that one was just pure grain, I did a dumb. I'm trying to do something. At least that'll work. For fuck's sake, though. So many simple things I try to do that the game just says, no, you can't do that because we don't want you to do that. Meh. Thank you, video game danger alarm. I know I'm in danger. Would you like to tell me something I don't know? Like why you won't let me spin certain things? I'm having to make such garbage positions just to try to make this survivable. Nope, we are turbo fucked again. Like, this shouldn't be this difficult, but it's just being, like, the most jank this game has ever been. And I think it's because of how weird the positioning on a lot of this is, that it's being as janky as it is. Like, this is a very unique configuration, and it's stuck again, and it's garbage, and we're dead. I'm just going to throw now because it doesn't fucking matter. Fixing that would have made it more of a pain than it would have ever been worth. Thanks, game. Thanks for once again fucking me over. That's what I needed right now, yep. I'm glad you know better than I ever do, video game. Yep. Yep, just kill me again. The way I have to fight the game here and there really makes some of these moves way harder than they need to be. As you may notice, I overspin sometimes. That's because now and then I swear there's a delay on it spinning. Like, it's not much of a delay, but it's like I have to press the button twice to get it to spin once type issues. That's the best way I can explain it. Had exactly what I wanted, and then exactly what I didn't fucking want happen. Thankfully, we fixed it. So that clears a big chunk, and we can actually do something here. Because that's obviously the main thing we needed, was some fucking breathing space, so I could actually start setting chains up again. I know that one got placed stupidly. I didn't have a choice because they're just giving me everything that doesn't fucking fit in that space possible. Okay. I'm starting to understand why we never saw this concept happen again. Which is a shame. I like this idea. The combination of it being stuck on the Game Boy and it just having some jank here might have been exactly what caused this just never to be picked up again. Every time you just hear those sighs of frustration after something like that happens, understand that that was a mix of my failure and the game at the same time. The amount of each varies, but that is exactly where those sounds come from. Because I'm so incredibly disappointed in myself and in the developers of this game at that exact moment. On the note of developers, though, I do have a positive thing to mention, and that is I got a code for something I had very much enjoyed the demo of a while back to show off to all of you. It'll probably be this Thursday that comes up. So that's something to look forward to. And since Slay the Spire 2 is out, when that payout that comes up in the middle of this month happens, I may very well be picking that up, as that will be something we can pull content from for a good while. Especially since apparently they actually put built-in multiplayer in this Slay the Spire, so that's gonna be fun. I know I can certainly draw some people in for that. And I'm still trying to get a hold of more people to increase our overall pool. Oh, I see. I'm running out of score, so I think I'm running out of blocks I'm allowed to place before I lose. Yep. So you can score out as well. Ugh, that explains the noise I was hearing. I just was completely ignoring the score, because I was too focused on trying to keep up with the blocks dropping. So you have a time limit as well. Ugh. This suddenly just got so fucking brutal. Especially with the Jang. We are fucking dead. Wait. Yep, no, we're dead. If there wasn't that one error hole over there on the right, we would have actually been okay still. Where the fuck do you want me to put this thing? Up my own ass? Because that's the only place it'll be going. What the fuck do they think we're gonna do with some of these block arrangements? Yeah, there was also the new update for Lort that I've been trying to arrange something for, but I keep getting distracted by other things, so I end up not actually doing the legwork for that. We've been in that awkward spot of simultaneously, like, very busy and not busy. That messes with my mindset for getting things done. Because, like, I will get a lot done in a brief span, and then nothing will happen for a bit. So I'm like, well, I don't know if what I just did mattered at all. And then I start asking the wrong questions, and end up wasting a lot of my own time. For lack of a better way of putting it. Keep blasting. We'll eventually make headway here. There we go. We cracked a good space open. Just had the wrong blocks to follow that up, but, you know. It's something. That'll do. Because we get a double line there and we clear another big chunk. We might actually be in business here. Just need to not fuck this up too badly. So to not do that's gonna involve them giving me something I can fucking work with block shape-wise. And let me tell you, they didn't, so I'm gonna have to just make some work ahead of time here first, and then we can work that angle. Literally, RNG just said fucking no at that point on that one. And of course, you know, I got thrown off by that, and now a lot of shit's gone wrong again. Which puts us in danger of another time death here. Especially when I get a bunch of garbage pieces in a row again. Like, I swear the game's conspiring against me sometimes with the pieces it gives me. And then that happens again, because of course that fucking happened again. The faster I need to make moves, the worse the jank is gonna be. Because, you know, you're putting more pressure on the inputs at that point, so obviously they are a lot more likely to have a problem. Look at all of that. And it's not gonna fucking matter because we don't have enough of score to make it anywhere. God. This stage is a nightmare. Like, I really do think it's gonna very heavily depend on us just happening to get the right blocks in the right order for this to at all be viable. Like, the blocks we just had there, very good start. And then we got something that wouldn't fit and everything just immediately falls apart. That is not where I wanted that at all, you dumb piece of shit game. Now everything's gonna start getting janky again because one thing went wrong and now it all slides apart. Which some of that I will freely admit is me. That is me getting tilted because of a thing being weird. Which throws me off my plan, and then that happens. And I can't always compensate on the fly because I don't have space to compensate with. I think it's reasonable to get annoyed when you set something up so nicely and then RNG just decides, no. No, have you actually considered just going and fucking yourself? At least we got a free big bomb, except it got taken away from us because of game mechanics again. Fucking block delay, man. Go over there, you dumb motherfucking blocks. We're fucked now because we can't get anything past that block. If it just did what I put in the inputs to do, we would have been fine. But no, it decided to spin in place and play like it's on a goddamn merry-go-round. Carousel. Carousel's the word I wanted, but it doesn't fucking matter. Yep, here we go again! Oh, now you... Why did that one rotate? Why did the one with more space not rotate, but the one with less space did rotate? What? Eh? I don't understand. I genuinely don't fucking understand. Just like I don't understand why people continue to think their dog shit bots are gonna get anywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, they'll eventually get a couple people, because they'll just spam enough that some dumb bastard will fall for it. But just like, come on now. At least I managed to squeeze out of that situation. We have some space and we have some score. Can I do anything with that? Answer may surprise you. That it's not as good an opportunity as it may sound. Especially when it fucking takes my input twice again. Like, sometimes with the double inputs, I have to assume it's my finger twitching and I'm just not aware of it happening. Because that is a thing that does happen to me. Like, my finger will just, like, twinge slightly and cause an extra input that I did not intend for. Getting walled by the fact that I'm getting the wrong blocks again. Why give me these fucking garbage cubes? I don't know, Lurk. If I knew that, I would have more hope right now. But I only know that it was supposed to take an hour to get through this. Like, hour and a half. That's the only information I had. Whew. The Google machine can tell you everything you need to know about how many stages there are, though. It can tell you many things that I do not know the answers to. I mean, there's no relief to be had here, because we're probably still not making it through the stage. It's because of the damn score timer. I've only got 19 more placements left, and I'm getting the worst garbage known to man. Okay, we're at... This is the farthest down we've ever been, and then it decides not to rotate a block on me again, so it doesn't fucking matter. We're so close and it's not gonna fucking matter because I had to waste so much time digging out of the hole again. The hole the game keeps putting me in because it keeps giving me fucking garbage that I can't fit in anything, anywhere. Like, that's the best I'm gonna manage to do. That's all I managed to do because they decided putting a time limit on this on top of everything else was a fucking good idea. I wouldn't be surprised if this is only like 25 stages or something though. Like, this feels like we're really close to the end. Just because of the amount of nonsense they're pulling on me at this point. Why are some of these blocks coated in glue and some of them coated in goddamn Vaseline? What am I hearing now? It doesn't help that, as usual for bad weather days, every dumb son of a bitch on the block wants to make a racket. Yep, thanks game. Thanks for deciding I'm allowed to rotate a lot for no explicable reason there when it really should only have been able to rotate once. I just have that millisecond of distraction because somebody who doesn't know what a muffler is goes driving by the house again. I swear, one of these days, I hope most of these people end up swallowing a muffler. If it tells you anything, when it had that delay there, I was genuinely expecting the game to just say, no, there's not a line there. There's a line, but no, there isn't a line there. I don't know in what world they were thinking that somebody would beat this in an hour then. But we're committed now, so, well, just buckle up for 50 stages of this then, because we're a little too far committed now to turn around. Well, now, I wouldn't say that. A lot of these stages were very reasonable, and then this shit happened. Case in point, where it once again doesn't let me rotate something that had plenty of room to rotate. Oh, you let that rotate though. Why would it fucking do anything? No. I'm so fucking sick of this game's arbitrary rotation. Like, I would be willing to accept anything else in this game. No, you underestimate how stubborn I am, Lark. Therein lies the problem. Also, I'm not planning on going for more than another hour at most, so no. I would not be able to switch to something else and have it mean anything. We are at a point where this is our only shot. If I do not make this work, then we will have only cleared one game today. And considering I already had to give up on one game, I'm really not in a position to want to do that. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. You're fine. Your suggestion made sense, just you didn't have all the information, so the situation was not as it appeared. Might actually be out of this stage here in a second, though. There we go. We finally escaped stage 21. I just gotta hope that the layouts of the other 29 stages are not that annoying. Okay, this is workable, actually. I'm fine with this. This doesn't involve as much rotation to fight with. Except right there, but don't worry about that part. This has like pre-built lines to take advantage of and things like that I can work around. Well, rotating and moving is fine when it decides to let me do it. Like, finger dexterity-wise, I could do all of that at once and not even bat an eye. It's when it does that! Notice how I managed to get the other one to fit. Somehow the other one fit. We're dead because that two block piece wouldn't rotate in that spot. Explain to me, someone, anyone, explain to me how a block that is 2 pieces with open space above it is not allowed to rotate 1 cycle to the left to fit in that space. I don't understand the logic here. It genuinely feels literally arbitrary whether it will let something rotate or not. And I know that can't possibly be the case, but that is how it feels at this point. And that's disgusting. I just don't get it. And before anybody's like, why don't you press the button to rotate it the other way? There is no button to rotate it the other way. The B button doesn't go the opposite direction. Wait. No, it's working now. I hate everything. I need to take a moment here to explain what just happened. And I think I know what happened. I think when I tried the B button earlier, I think there wasn't room for it to rotate the other direction. So I just took that to mean that only one button did anything, because multiple ports of Tetris only allow you to rotate one direction. So many of my problems would have been solved if when I had tried rotating the other way the first time, it had worked. But since consistency is for other games other than this one, we had a problem. But that does help. That's not gonna solve our current situation, because our current situation is death, but that does help. And that there is one other flaw that led to the confusion about whether the other button worked at all, and that is I didn't remember which of my buttons was bound to be. Turns out it's X, not B, that's bound to be. That is one of the layers of confusion. That's an oops. So I think I remember why I set it that way. It was set for a specific reason. It's just a specific reason that provides an inconvenience in our current situation. As if. And nobody got the money to sit here and make a capture unit for a damn Game Boy game. Like, even jokingly, I would try to make claims with a lot of other systems. The Game Boy? No, the Game Boy I don't give a shit enough to try to make that claim. Okay, we've managed to clear a space. Now watch as it all goes wrong again somehow. Okay. A concept. Because now we have access down here. Big boom, big boom. Good. We have access to the bottom. That is what I needed the most here. If only I could get a block that would actually fucking go down there properly. Everything has gone wrong because they've given me enough wrong things that I was getting annoyed, and then I made a mistake because of being frustrated with it. Because I swear the game, like, actively tries to stall you sometimes with the blocks it gives you. Yeah, you know, the square block that I clearly need in so many of these scenarios. That's right, the square hole. No, not right now. Thankfully, as usual, many problems are solved by large explosions. That may have seemed like an error, but I did that one on purpose. And of course I get them in precisely the opposite order of what would have solved anything. But I couldn't rely on the game to give me that block again, so I'm like, well, I'll just try to make the best of it, I guess. And here we are once again. Falling to pieces. Okay, a concept. Big bomb. Except I've misaligned one fucking thing and now it's all falling apart again. God. Get me out of here. Okay. I'm starting to understand more and more why they let you wait until you press a button to start the stage. Because you can actually look at this mess and try to parse anything from it before you make a move. Good start, good start. Oh, it's going fast. Sometimes the holes I blast in this, I question whether they're at all helpful. And then other times, they lead to good things. Brain, why did you go to that of all things? You know what? No, I'm not going to elaborate, because that would make no sense to try to explain right now. The message is I'm tired of this shit and I would like to leave. Of course. I didn't have time to look at the fucking next thing on that one, so of course when I didn't look is exactly when what I would have wanted was there. But I've gotten too much mistrust built up for the game here, so I'm like, it's not gonna give me what I need. I need to just operate as if I'm not gonna get it. Get the fuck out of here with these blocks. The fuck is this shit? At least we made something work because of that, but god damn it, game. Oh hey look, all my work has basically gotten undone again. And by basically undone, I mean quite literally undone at this point. Because I can't get anything that'll finish a line. There we go. Like, the amount of backstepping I end up doing because of the fact that you just get garbage sometimes, I think might be the thing that's driving me the craziest with this. At this point. Like, ever since I learned that there's that time limit, I have started really hating any time they give me blocks that don't do anything. Because it suddenly matters a lot more. Or than I thought it did, so it's a lot more of a problem. Becoming aware of that timer has been the worst thing for me for this game. Nope, we're gonna make it to the very end in timeout again because I just got the wrong blocks. But there really is nothing else to it. Those were just the wrong blocks for what we had in front of us. Like, maybe somebody better at this might have been able to pull something out of their ass from that, but I just wasn't seeing it. And I certainly wasn't seeing it fast enough. So I can pull some nonsense, but I need to have a second to read the situation, and I don't always get that. Yep, nope, we lost because if I had gotten anything that would have fit in that one space, it could have potentially turned around, but it didn't matter because why would I ever get what I need? Like that would be construed as the game even considering the concept of being helpful. Yeah, I'm just falling apart now because I'm just so done with this idea for the second, so give me a moment to just die and reset. Oh, now you won't give me a random square piece that I don't need. Because I actually needed it then. Case in point, there's those square pieces when I don't fucking need them at all. Death by being unable to rotate again. Literally just have this played ball with me for like half of a round. I'm not even asking for a full round of cooperation with from the generation here. Just like even half a round of it not being a complete fucking ass. We might be able to pull something here, but no. You'll notice I had the piece I needed there and it just refused to let me move it into position too. We could have actually blasted like the top half of there out of there. But no, just decided to make that one stick like glue immediately instead of letting me slide it across like we have done before. But again, consistency is for other games. There it goes again, doing that funky slide thing to me again, too. It slid after it should have been locked in. But nope. Nope, I gotta sit here and stare at the blocks to make sure they actually change, because they don't change at consistent timing. I don't fucking understand. How can Tetris go so wrong? There we go. Made some progress, finally. Because bear in mind, a large portion of the frustration I'm experiencing right now is that classic problem of the second I feel like I'm not making progress anymore, I start to get a brain itch going that gets me all kinds of aggravated. Welcome back from ads. As you can see, absolutely fucking nothing has changed. The game is still being an asshole. And will continue to do so until such a point as the heat death of the universe occurs. I'm starting to wonder if the people that made this actually just hated Tetris and wanted the concept to become something everyone hated like they do. So they just made it a problem. Because honestly, that would actually be kind of funny. There's a very real part of me that would actually be okay with that reality being true. At least for the reason why this game is the way that it is. Would you just fucking allow me to do inputs, game? That's all I want. When I push button, I want thing happen, not boo-boo. That's all I want. Don't just make noises at me. Do the thing. That's what I'm reduced to at this point, is just, I'd be happy enough if I just got to play. But half the time I'm not even allowed that much. Like, that aspect of it is just the Puyo Puyo we were doing earlier all over again. Like, what's that? You thought you were gonna get to play the game? No. All you were going to do is get beaten like drum. Enjoy. This is yours now. Accept the pain into your life. Wasn't expecting to be able to put that over there, but you know what? We'll take it. Yep. Clearly that's where I wanted that. Yep. Mm-hmm. I really thought I had something there, and I didn't. And we're dead. Yeah, you ever just miss one block and then realize everything was ruined because of that one block? Because that's where I was at on that one. When I was looking at it all, I guess it just, like, kind of blurred for me a little bit, so I thought that there wasn't a block. Or that there was a block where there wasn't one. So a line I thought I was completing didn't actually exist. It's like, I may not have made any particular sound about it, but I had a moment of triumph that was promptly snuffed out by reality. First, I have an itch in my eye now, because that's clearly what I need at this exact moment. And I clearly was overambitious with the amount of games I lined up for today. Because to say I had 7 games lined up is accurate. I think I might have actually had 8. I'm just doing a head count in my head, and I think I'm not counting something. Because I did not anticipate not managing to complete Splattermaster. Like, I assumed we were either going to fail quickly with that one or succeed, which we ended up in between. Oyo, I had actually expected to have more problems with. So that ended up kind of balancing out. And now we're here, where I thought this was pretty much a gimme. But, turns out this is just a gimme aneurysm. I was so thrown off by the fact that none of that fell for a second there. I'm like, but, shouldn't something out of any of that have fallen? Considering where our score's at now, I think we're still up a creek without a paddle here. I think we may have taken too long to make any progress. Especially with what I'm fucking doing now. Actually, hang on, possibility? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing now. You ever just start doing something and then have a dawning realization partway through that it's like, wait, what you're doing makes no fucking sense. What are you doing? Because that's what just happened to me in that moment. Like, you just kind of snap back to reality and go, wait a minute. Yep, we're getting stifled again because the game doesn't give me the other half of what I needed for any of these ideas. Like, that's as good as we're getting because I just do not have enough anymore. Fuck me, man. We set up something so good that we managed to dig back, but because it's got an arbitrary fucking timer, we keep getting shafted. I feel like this would be such a better game without the timer. And that's not just me hating timers. Like, I hate timers, as y'all know. I find timers to be one of the worst things because of exactly what just happened there, where you will do everything you needed to do, but because they put a timer on it, you will arbitrarily lose. And timers where they make sense are fine. But why do I lose a puzzle game when a time limit runs out? Like, do the bombs just blow up and I die because of the time limit running out? Like, what is the stake here that makes that timer matter at all? You follow me? I don't understand. And I'm getting fucked by getting all the wrong blocks again here. Like, literally, I think there was nothing I could have done about any of that. The only block that could have fit on that left-hand side came as we got killed. I don't know what the fuck the game thought I could do there, unless it just genuinely was just a kill shot there. Like, nope, you just aren't expected to do anything. You're expected to die. Because I have to assume these are designed with the order that the blocks are coming down to be completable with the blocks that are coming down. Because I don't think the blocks are pure random. Pretty confident that that's not the case. I don't know that, but I've always thought that. So now my other eye wants to itch. Buddy, could you just not fucking rebel against me when we're doing something important? Could you just not? Like, it's bad enough it's fucking hot and humid in here today. Because the storm that was going to happen still hasn't happened, so we're just kind of in that, like, nasty pre-storm, everything sucks phase. And we're just kind of stuck there. I used to think I was good at Tetris. This is making me really feel like I'm not. So, saying good might give people the wrong idea anyway. I was never, like, high-end good, just, like, I could do well at, like, the higher stages of regular Tetris. Not this, like, doing fancy spins and bullshit type of good at Tetris. That was never me. I was never that guy. Like, you ask me what a T-spin is, and I'll just tell you it's somebody who can't pronounce teaspoon. So in reality, that's one of those things that I've heard enough that it's like, I know it's a thing, but I have no idea what it actually is, and at this point, I am simultaneously afraid to ask and also don't care enough to ask. This type deal with that. One fucking block. God damn it. Okay, we're out of here. No, we're not, because I fucking got the line wrong again. Ah! I hate it here. Fucking eyes blurred and the lines are wrong again. Am I really just gonna get fucking body blocked here and just fucked over again? Oh my god. We did so well, and now I'm just gonna get shafted. All because I missed one fucking block being in the wrong spot again. Okay, hang on. This should work. Last fucking point. The last fucking block. Oh, God. Okay, just don't rotate, you know, it's fine. I don't need you to rotate. Why would I need you to rotate? That's a silly idea. Yeah, sure, that's where I wanted that. Mm-hmm. That at least works. It's not... Speaking of, that's not at all what I wanted. If we could just, like, eliminate these Z-shaped pieces from Tetris at all, I would be so happy. These things are the bane of my fucking existence, especially when you get like 6 of them back to back and you have nowhere that you would need to go. Which, in a way, it's funny, because I used to actually use those a lot, because they were the weird piece that would actually solve a lot of problems. But at some point, I just, like, lost the way as far as using those go. And it's just been all downhill from there. Thankfully, I managed to jam enough nonsense together here that we're actually kind of digging out. But it really doesn't help that my eyes are starting to have trouble reading the lines here more and more. Like, the lines are just blending together. Part of the thing that's getting me now as well is I think I'm starting to fall back into too much standard Tetris, so the bombs aren't getting properly utilized in some scenarios. Yeah, of course you're not gonna let me squeeze that in there. Why would you let me do anything helpful like that? Yep, don't give me what I'm looking for. No, why would you do that? Still hope. Like, we're not dead, we're just, not healthy. Put it that way, yeah. Not healthy is accurate. Our unhealthy situation has gotten worse. And continues to get worse because they're... It's like doctors out here giving me the wrong medication. Like, here, let's cure everything other than what is actually killing you. There you go, that helps, right? And we just barely got out of that one, too. But it's starting to move. We're starting to actually make stage progress again. What the fuck is this? What in the name of all that is anything is this mess here? Like, I was gonna say in the name of all that is good, but I don't care about all that is good, if I'm honest. Is this sure ain't that anyway? And we're dead because it gave me a 4 block at the exact wrong time. This really is just gonna become... Did I get the right blocks? Throughout a lot of this, isn't it? And if I get the wrong blocks, it's just fucking death. Just with the additional cost of, did I manage to get the block to go where I wanted it to? Okay, hang on. We actually have something going here, because I can fill that in a bunch. There we go, get another 2-line going. Okay, we've almost brought it down to the proper level. Because that's the nice thing about some of these stages, is as soon as you start cracking it, the whole thing actually, like, falls into line fairly nicely. But you need to manage to get to that point first. And if you miss a step somewhere along the way, you end up in a situation like what we have right now, where we're just kind of chipping our way down until it gives me what I need again. Look at that, we actually got a 3, and it wasn't good enough to clear the fucking board. There's a single fucking dickbag block over here. Do that just to make a second big bomb. So that's gonna be our solution to this, is just blowing everything the fuck up again. Except I'm getting all the wrong blocks again, because why would I ever get what I need? Fuck you. I have 1 block again. This shit's so much. I 'Cause 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 ' I'm starting to think that the amount of, like, all block things it gives you aren't a generosity thing, it's a fucking necessity. Hey there, Yura, what were you up to today? Thank you for the raid. You're just in time for Tetris Blast, which is Tetris except even more hellish than normal Tetris. It's a fascinating situation where you have to use bombs in your Tetris pieces for the lines to clear it all. It's a whole thing. How did you break your controller? What did you do? Was it going like today's been going for me? Because at that point I understand. Wait. Oh yeah, that would do it. Also, it looks like either Lark was wrong about there being... Yeah, no, Lark was wrong about there being 50 stages. We are done. That is credits. I don't know where 50 stages came from. It might be a different version of Tetris Blast, but that's credits. That's game 2 done out of the 3 we've played today. Because before y'all got here, we beat Puyo Pop Fever, and we failed to beat Splattermaster at the beginning of today. Let me go ahead and update the paper. So that is our 3rd game for this month, joining Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings and Puyo Pop Fever. And that brings us up to a total of 8 games for the year or so far. Let me take a look at my list and see if there's anything I even want to attempt to do at this point. If there's anything that would be short enough. I was already saying I probably wasn't going to switch to another game at this point because we were already 5.5 hours in. I think just about all of these are like an hour long. Which is not going to end up being the case for us. They're all going to be longer than that. So I think, unfortunately, Yura, you might have had a bit of unfortunate timing because we might end up wrapping up here. You're fine. That is on me as much as anything because, you know, there was no clarity as to when I was going to end. Because I didn't know. I had no idea when this game was going to end. So... on the bright side, this means more people to pass on to the next person. So, we've got that going for us. You know, what's that thing? Alright, double it and give it to the next guy? Yeah, that. Let's see what my list looks like. My list looks about as you'd expect it to. 90% Pokopia and Slay the Spire 2 people right now. Let me take a look at where these are at. Meh, yeah, exactly. They're saying they might be having issues, but everything looks fine, so... yeah, I think just their previews being weird. I mean, that's no real surprise. Slay the Spire was, like, the roguelike card game for so long. Arguably still was, even up until the second game came out, because of how much modding and such held that game together. Yeah, I'm not bothered about Pocopia, but I am feeling it pretty hard about Slay the Spire too. But as I was saying earlier, I'm probably going to pick it up once the Twitch payout hits because I will have enough room to pick up one thing, and that'll probably be the one thing I pick up. It was originally going to be Rogue Point because I was going to try to make a lot of stuff happen with that, but I can definitely get a lot more mileage out of Slay the Spire too, so that'll probably be the one thing I get off of this payout, and the rest is going to go to holding everything together. But I do see our raid target, so I'll go ahead and get that all set up. I was just making sure that the potential tech issues I was hearing weren't actually a significant thing. Is the last thing I want is to make somebody feel pressured because they're already having tech issues and then they get a raid and it's like, okay, well now I have to make things look like things are still going and working fine because new people are here type deal. And I never want to put that pressure on people, you know? But yeah, let's see. Today is Saturday, so week is resetting now. We are going to potentially finish Breath of Fire on Monday. I'll be doing my prep work tonight and tomorrow to make Dark Souls on Tuesday work better. Yeah, that's fair. That is very fair. But yeah, then Thursday, if I do end up picking Slay the Spire 2 up with the payout I get, we will probably be playing that. If not, I have plenty of other things up my sleeve. So have no fear there. But I may change my mind by the time that point comes, so we'll see what happens there. We also have that new game that I just got a lurk at key for, so we'll see whether that ends up being Thursday or Saturday's game. But one of the two will end up one or the other, basically. And then Friday is, of course, the Terraria collab that's going to continue going for God knows how long. Because we are very slowly making our way forward in that game. So that's just the way that's going to be in. But we're going to go see Remy DeWitch. Remy's good people who has raided us many an occasion. And we don't get that many opportunities to raid back, so when opportunity strikes, we strike. That is how we do. But I thank you all so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you again for the raid, Yura, and hopefully you all have a good night. Goodbye.